In this episode we are going to check out the top 5 best gaming PCs under $1,000 in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these gaming PCs under $1,000, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5 we have the HP Pavilion 580-130. The HP Pavilion 580-130 is an AMD desktop gaming computer that combines a really affordable price with a plenty of connectivity options and great performance, so you can't go wrong if you ever pick it as your choice. From a design perspective, this unit sports a sleek dark body with Greek accents that are present at the top, where the HP logo is, and at the front bottom, where the port labels are positioned. Therefore, I have to admit that this combo always looks good, because the black and the green remind me of something aggressive, and this is not far from the truth. The connectivities include 2 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, an HDMI port, a display port, a 7-in-1 media card reader, built-in DVD writer, a headphone, and microphone combo jack, so you will be well supplied. But now, let's talk about the performance. The Pavilion Power 580-130 integrates a quad-core AMD Ryzen 5 1400 processor, a Radeon RX 580 graphics card with 4 GB of dedicated GDDR5 memory, 8 GB of RAM, and 1 TB hard drive, so you will be equally good for both in gaming and productivity. When you open the box, except the sleek tower, you will also find an HP wired keyboard, and a wired optical mouse, which is surely a good addition, however, if you already have a gaming mouse and a keyboard, I'd recommend you stick to them. But take in mind that this doesn't mean that the included ones aren't quality. My point is that gaming requires something more, and the delivered ones are only good for casual computer usage. I would also like to mention that the benchmarks according to the users are pretty good, since this system can run many games at decent FPS rates, so for the price you pay, this model will serve you completely fine. To conclude, the HP Pavilion 580-130 is a great affordable option that you should consider, because it has enough room in terms of storage and connectivity ports, while on the other side, its hardware is good enough to let you play many games. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Skytech Archangel. The Skytech Archangel is a top option, and definitely a bang for the buck, if we take in mind that it comes equipped like a tank, with the intention to maximize your gaming experience. From a design perspective, the Archangel features a neat futuristic case finished in white, with a small window glass at the side, and a large one, that looks like it cuts the bottom half on the front. In addition, the whole case is supported by 4 good-looking feet that share the same color as the whole unit, and they are completely suitable to the overall aesthetics. The connectivities consist of 7 USB 2.0 ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports, single DisplayPort 1.4, an Ethernet port, single HDMI 2.0 port, and a DLDVI port, so you won't be restricted in terms of connecting with everything that comprises your gaming arsenal. Now, let's talk about the features. The Archangel is equipped with an 6-core, AMD FX 6300 Viscera processor that is clocked at 3.5 GHz, but you can boost it to up to 4.1 GHz, an AM3 motherboard with a 970 chipset, 8 GB of RAM, 1 TB hard drive, 430 watt supply, and a GTX 1050 graphics card with 4 GB of onboard memory. As you can see, these specs are fantastic for the price, and that's the main reason why is this desktop widely purchased by those who are looking for quality specs, without having to spend a large amount of money. We have also found some FPS rates, which you can receive while gaming. For example, the Battlefield 1 will get you around 68 FPS, so you can have a good mid-range gameplay. Moreover, I would also want to suggest you get some LED lights and install it on the PC case, due to the fact that the light will enhance your gaming experience even more, so this tower would not only perform good, but it will also look fascinating. Overall, you should definitely take the Skytech Archangel into consideration, because it offers a great value for its cost. Next stop, at number 3, we have the CyberPower PC Gamer Extreme. The CyberPower PC Gamer Extreme is one of the best gaming PCs that you can find on the market, especially if you don't want to invest more than $1,000, so let's get into action, and find out why have we listed this model in the first place. From a design perspective, this model comes with an aggressive tower that is composed of decorative red LEDs, with 3 concentric rings positioned on the front, while at the front, there is a window, which I really like, due to the fact that you can see the internal components that will be illuminated by yet another concentric ring. In addition, the whole tower is supported by 4 feet, that will ensure that the case will set the movements to the minimum, so the case will always stay fixed in place. Above the 3 front-placed rings, you will instantly notice the connectivity ports, that are composed of 2 USB 3.0 ports, a power button, a reset buttons, and the microphone and headphone jack. While at the back, there are 2 USB 2.0 ports, an Ethernet port, audio ports, and 4 USB 3.1 Type-A ports. But that's not all. You can also find a DisplayPort and an HDMI port on the graphics card, so you can connect to external displays without any problem, and enjoy gaming on a dual or triple monitor setup. But now, let's talk about the performance. This unit has valuable hardware that adds an even more beauty and aggression to its overall aesthetics, or to be more precise, the internal components include an Intel i5, 6-core processor, 8GB of RAM, 1TB hard drive, and an AMD RX 580 graphics card with 4GB of RAM, which is really cool, since you would be able to run many of the current, as well as some of the upcoming games smoothly. I would also want to mention that the CyberPower PC claim that they have tested the system's ability to support VR gaming on both the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, so you can move from the usual gaming, and start feeling the benefits of the virtual reality, which is great for the price. To conclude, I strongly recommend you the Gamer Extreme, because it combines an attractive look and a powerful performance, for a price that doesn't exceed $1,000. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Dell Inspiron 5680. The Dell Inspiron 5680 would be a really good option, if you're looking for a VR-ready, gaming PC, that costs less than $1,000, so let's get quickly into action and find out what's so special about this model. From a design perspective, the Inspiron 5680 sports a really sleek construction, that is followed by dark lines that are spread across the bottom half of the front part of the unit, as well as on its side, so when you include LED lights, it would look even more beautiful. The connectivity ports are placed at the front, and at the back, but they are more dominant at the back, since at the front, there are 5 important ones, of which you can take an advantage, in order to access them easily, and connect with other devices. Or to be more precise, at the front there is an audio combo jack, 2 USB 3.1 Type-A ports, and 2 USB 2.0 Type-A ports, while at the back there is a display port out, 4 USB 3.1 ports, 2 USB 2.0 Type-A ports, an HDMI port, additional display port out, a gigabit Ethernet port, a 7.1 channel audio card and microphone port. Now, let's talk about the features. What matters is at the inside, right? Well, the internal components are indeed great, since this tower is loaded with a 460-watt power unit, 1 PCIe X16 expansion slot, of which you can take an advantage, in order to expand anytime you want. The other components include an Intel i5 8400 processor, that can be turbo-boosted to up to 4 GHz, a 128GB SSD, 1TB hard drive, 8GB of RAM and NVIDIA GTX 1060 graphics card, which is absolutely great for the price. I would also want to inform you that your gameplay will be stunning, since you run plenty of the current and upcoming games, with stable FPS rate, and since the tower is upgradable, you can always purchase a new component, and be in touch with the latest technologies. Overall, I strongly recommend you consider the Dell Inspiron 5680 as your next purchase, because this unit will ensure that you will never regret your decision. And finally, at number 1, we have the HP Omen Desktop. The HP Omen is yet another VR-ready desktop that has been tested with Oculus Rift and HTC Vive by the users, who claim that the VR and the casual gaming is indeed wonderful. From a design perspective, the Omen boasts a glossy, dark gray construction, that is followed by red lines that are present at the front, while at the bottom left, there is the Omen logo, which shares the same red line, so when you place it on your desk, it would look really good. The connectivity ports are numerous, so you can find microphone and headphone jacks, an HDMI output, 5 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, but take in mind that the USB 3.0 ports are backward compatible with USB 2.0 devices, and finally, there is also a DVD-CD burner that reads and writes variety of media formats. But now, let's talk about the performance. The HP Omen's hardware is composed of 8 GB of RAM, 500-watt power supply, 1 TB hard drive, a 7th gen of a quad-core i5 7400 processor, and the VR-ready GeForce GTX 1060 graphics card, so when you combine these specs, it means that your gameplay will be exceptionally fluid and smooth. However, take in mind that the package contains only the tower, so you won't find any peripherals, which isn't shocking, since you may already have a gaming keyboard and mouse, so it won't make any difference. I would also want to mention that you can use this computer for photo and video editing as well, since the RAM, the processor and the graphics card are really good, so in the future, you can only invest in an SSD to enhance its speed, in order to make the computer run even better. According to the users, this PC will let you have a quality mid-range gaming experience, since you can run many games with consistent and high frame rates, so games such as CS:GO, Fortnite, Battlefield 1 would run without any problem. To conclude, the HP Omen is a top option for everyone who is looking for a powerful desktop PC, that has exclusive hardware that wouldn't cost you a fortune.